8 years ago, a visitor from the Netherlands was given a tour of Brazzaville, which is part of Attridgeville outside Pretoria. What he saw was a community living in shacks without running water or electricity, a toilet, nothing more than a hole in the ground. Most people were unemployed. Many, more than 70%, were thought to be HIV infected or suffering from AIDS. Most of them did not receive welfare and lived on only one meal a day, and some days without any food at all. A hopeless environment. This inspired him to start a school that would help and train ambitious people from the townships to become self-supportive and get a job. He did not want interference from politics nor from trade and industry. The school had to be for and from the community. And so, the GetOn Skills Development Centre was born in Attridgeville.
The GetOn Skills Development was established with the main aim of equipping people from townships and rural areas with basic skills that will enable them to find employment. We understand with the current job market in South Africa, it's not easy to find employment if you don't have the necessary skills. That's why our main aim is to get people who can afford to go to tertiary institutions to come to our center so that we can equip them with the necessary skills to enable them to find employment. At the moment, we are running 4 courses, namely basic computers, office administration, point of sale training, and also bake for profit. And what we do, we don't only equip our students with the skills, but we also make them do compulsory life skills modules and personal finance modules. So in a nutshell, we focus on the whole being, so that a person doesn't just get a skill and go into a job, but they know exactly how to behave in that job environment. And also it's a matter of how do they handle their finances when they do actually get the job. Because it's one thing to get a job, but if you can't manage your finances, then you are just as good as not having that job.
Most of the students who come here they don't have a lot of education, so to speak. Most of them have finished matric, most of them have not finished matric. They come in and they enroll. Most of them have not worked on a computer before. Most of our students are ladies with 1, 2, and sometimes 3 kids. They come here very despondent, very discouraged. We try to do a lot of work with self-esteem issues and also give them the skill, and they go out and they find jobs. And the course is only 4 weeks, so you can imagine that someone comes here with little education, with little background in terms of work experience and all that. We train them in just 4 weeks. The course is very intensive. After the 4 weeks, they can be able to go and work somewhere. The course is also practical. They can be able to immediately get into ShopRite or Pick n Pay and start being a cashier and work there and make money for themselves, for their children, and for their families. And it is very fulfilling to do this kind of job.
We understand that a lot of people did not finish school, and then some of them did finish school but don't have the funds to carry on. So with this center, you pay a tiny amount to what you gain after that. So it is important because, well, with people who cannot afford it, they can come here and then make a life for themselves after the center.
I do a basic computer last month. It was interesting. I learned how to print the databases. Now I'm doing admin. I learned much more about to be a receptionist and how to treat people when they come to the office when you are receptionist, and about the financials.
I've gained business skills. I now understand pricing and how to work with my products, because at first I'd just bake at home and not count like the amount of money that I've used and what I'm losing or gaining. So now I understand what I'm losing and what I'm gaining.
Oh, go get on mo ke gain le tse ditshukutsu. Computer, ke khona go bereka ka computer, ke khona go diela bona di certificate and get on. In Tusha Kudore, the Hono Bampile di material, or Horo Hono Rutabana Gaon, and a Banabaka Barutail because of GetOn.